Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. This video is going to be a summary and an update of the Ukrainian front. Today the Russians finally started their offensive operation that everybody was talking about, a massive offensive with at least 3 divisions. And then they said that they, being the Ukrainians, reported that the Russians are having about 1,500 tanks, some armored vehicles, about 2,800, 300 planes, 400, 500, 400 helicopters, and so on, 850 MLRSs and all that. So it's a massive offensive. It started in the east, in Luhansk and Donetsk Oblast. So, on top of the regular article that I use from the Ukrainian side for my summary, I have about 4 or 5 articles that I covered here and there during the day, but just to complete the whole view of the front, because the one that I have provided by the Ukrainians only in that update is not complete whatsoever this time. They ignore details as always. So let's get going here. So this article comes from Ukrinform, and it is from today on 9th of February 2023. Russian troops continue focusing their main efforts of conducting offensive actions in such directions as Kupiansk, Liman, Bakhmut, Avdiivka, and Novopavlivka. So that is in this area here in the east, Luhansk Oblast, Donetsk Oblast. Right here in this area is where the offensive occur. Now, let's move on with this little thing. The relevant statement was made by the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine on Facebook on Ukrinform correspondent reports. Over the past day, Russian invaders have launched 41 airstrikes and 3 missile strikes, including 2 on civilian infrastructure in Donetsk region, Kramatorsk. The enemy also opened fire with multiple launch rocket system MLRS 32 times, namely on civil infrastructure in Donetsk and Kherson region. Remember Sumy Oblast. I will have that mentioned in a different article here. We'll see what information they give us in this article. In the Volyn, Polisia, Sieversky, and Slobozansky directions, the situation remained unchanged. No enemy offensive groupings were detected. Correct so far. Over 20 settlements came under fire, namely the Kharkiv region, the Sumy regions, and Now Sumy is right here in the north, and Sumy region, Oblast, was attacked 100 times today. This article comes from February 10th, which here is still February 9th. And it's at 26 past midnight, 26 minutes past midnight. So Russian attacked 7 armadas in Sumy Oblast with almost 100 strikes reported. So here is where the Russians attacked 100 times, unlike before. All right, Kiev is right here. This is right here is Luhansk. This is Donetsk. This is where the offensive occurs. So let's see what else these guys give us. In the Kupiansk and Liman directions, Russian troops opened fire near the Kharkiv region, Kupiansk and Prishchania, and the Luhansk regions, and they give us a few regions. So they are talking about this area right here, this Kharkiv, this area. And now we go down with the front. I'm going to talk about Donetsk, Bakhmut, Avdiivka, Novopavlivka. In the Bakhmut direction, Russian invaders shelled the Donetsk region, and they give us a few villages here, or settlements. In the Avdiivka, this is a bit south, and Novopavlivka direction, the enemy used tanks, mortars, and artillery to attack the Donetsk region, Avdiivka, and Vuhledar. Remember Vuhledar. In Vuhledar, things are bad for the Ukrainians because that's also an offensive operation. In Zaporozhye direction, Zaporozhye is right here. This is the area of Zaporozhye, and this is the Kherson Oblast. So it's somewhere here. In the Zaporozhye direction, Russian troops opened fire on the Donetsk regions Vremika and Novopil and the Zaporozhye region, and they give us about 7 settlements. In the Kherson region, this is the most southern, right here, this is Kherson region. So in the Kherson region, 16 settlements came under fire, namely Pam Pam Pam, Boom Boom Boom, Bam Bam Bam, and Kherson. So they attacked even Kherson right here, and here this is the Dnipro River right here, right here. Now, let's see the extra information that we have. Let's start with this one. This came also today on the 9th of February, and it's from Ukrainska Pravda, Ukrainian media outlet. Russians advance on Luhansk Oblast, but Ukrainian armed forces prevent them from securing significant gains. This is Institute of Study of War. So in Luhansk Oblast, which is right here is the Luhansk Oblast, right? So this is where the offensive started, here in this area. And they say that they did some advance, but then they stopped. In this article I covered today, where conventional Russian troops were used, that means Russian military. And obviously they say, well, confirmed Russian gains right here. So combat footage in Svatove and Vorchinya. So all these are gains, Russian gains. They say, well, not really, but they're doing something. The Russian troops attacking, making marginal advances along the Kharkiv-Luhansk Oblast. This is Kharkiv, this is Luhansk right here. All right, so this is this article. And we have this article that talks about the real offensive. They say here the same, on February 9th, Russia's new large-scale offensive already underway, Ukrainian official said. And that was Podolyak, Mikhailo Podolyak, I think is his name. He said that today's large-scale hostilities continue in Luhansk and Donetsk. Remember, Luhansk, Donetsk. And then, this is the offensive everyone, I'm quoting, this is the offensive everyone was expecting, he said. It has already begun. So this is the status of today's front, and the Russian big massive offensive started. As I said, they have at least 3 divisions. From what I saw, a division is between, I think, 13 and 15,000 people. So there would be at least, let's say, 45 or around 40,000 people only on this offensive, they said. Now they said that they bring more airplanes, as I said, airplanes about 300, fighter jets, helicopters 400, tanks about 1,800, what was that, armored vehicles 3,800, and then MLRSs about 820 or something like that. So it's a massive offensive, and I had another article stating that the Russians, and in the one I mentioned over there about Luhansk Oblast, the Russians are advancing, are gaining territory, but obviously this article comes from the Ukrainian side. They will not tell you, they say modest advances or something like this. Multiply that by 3 when you want to find out how the advances occurred. And when it's about the Russian losses, divided by 3. And the same thing is true for the other side. When the Russians report successes, kind of divided by 3, and the same thing with losses of when they report the enemy's losses. So this is a short summary update of the front. We'll find out what happened overnight over there, and tomorrow morning I'll let you know. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.